Kevin.
Thank you very much. I've been here about, I think, 3 hours, and he said, just come and have a quiet meal at the table. So put you on a nice table over there. They're very quiet. They won't want any pictures. And I'm actually going to a wedding now. A lot of people come up to you when you've been in the public hands and say, didn't you used to be Kevin Keegan? you don't know what to answer, really. And another killer when you're getting older is, oh, my grandmother used to be in your fan club. And I said to the woman, how old are you? She said, well, I'm in my mid-40s now. Now, I said, how old's your grandmother? She said, well, she's dead now, but she wouldn't. I've got my own plane as well. I say my own plane. They asked Matt Letizia to do the one to Guernsey. They asked George Best's relatives if they could do the one to Belfast. And they asked if I would do the one to Newcastle. But, you know, when you do things like this, and we did a photo shoot, they said, you know, there's no money for it, Kevin. I said, it's a great honour, no problem. But what came afterwards was I was sat with my wife, Jean, in Malaga Airport, 4 weeks after we launched it, when this woman came up to me, and she come up and she said, you're Kevin Keegan, aren't you? I said, yeah. She said, you want to sort that plane of yours out? Right? And my wife said to me, Jean, I don't tell her everything like, she said, you haven't got a plane, have you? And then we realised what she's on about. She took 4 hours in Turin on the Flybe with my picture on it. So you can get a bit of stick. I got a bit of stick for doing some records as well. This one, can you remember it? This time we'll get it right. Can you remember how it goes? Come on then. Makes you wonder, makes you proud. Play for England. Come on. Nobody bought it. That got to, it was called This Time We'll Get It Right. That got to #1 as we got back home, having been knocked out. There's 46 books about me, and I've only written 3 of them. I've got 3 to give away tonight. You must concentrate on what I'm going to say later on in my speech, because the ones who are sharp are going to get a Kevin Keegan autobiography, of which there are only, in the country at the moment, about 4 or 5 million unsold. Before he became Prime Minister, Mr. Blair's constituency was Trimdon. And that's right next door to Sir John Hall's estate, where I lived, down in near Middlesbrough. And he said, would you come and do a photo shoot with me at Brighton? As before they blew the hotel up. And he said, you know, and I said, yeah, I will. I mean, Dad was Labour and miner all his life. But if you go to do a photo shoot with a future Prime Minister, and there's 2 balls, and one's got all over it, you're going to get that one. This was my big break when Liverpool came along for me. And one man in particular, this man, a guy called Bill Shankly. It's really important when you're working with people, especially young people, is how much encouragement gives you. All I'd ever had at Scunthorpe was being told, look, you think you're better than you are, you're never going to make it unless you do this. It was all negatives, and the guys, although they thought they were helping me, they weren't. And this guy, I trained just a week. They'd lost the cup final to Arsenal in '71, and I watched it. I'd signed on the Monday of that week, and I went to watch it, and I looked, and I thought, I can get in this team. There's a place for me in this team. I really believed it. But after 3 weeks training, he came over and put his arm around me, Bill Shankly, and he went, son, you will play for England. There is no doubt about it. You will play for England. And I knew I would. It was inspirational. We used to go around with Bill Shankly in particular. Shanks used to say, you think you're footballers first and foremost. You're not. You're part of this community. You go to the hospitals, you go to the old people's homes, you go to see kids who won't see Christmas. And we did all that. I went to this one with Tommy Smith and John Toshak, who was a great mate of mine. And when I got there, I said to Egbert, I said, it's shut. And Tommy said, no, son. He said, this is a rough area. He said, we were here a couple of weeks ago. I said, anyway, we knocked on the door and it opened. And then what they did next, I couldn't believe they searched us for guns and knives. And we didn't have any, so they gave Tommy a knife. Because Tommy didn't need a gun. Gave me a gun. I mean, I was from Doncaster, but I'd never seen a gun. Norman Bite Your Legs Hunter, can you remember him? Yeah. Wow. Well, I got carried off playing in his testimonial. And I was playing in Hamburg at the time. I came all the way back because I did respect him. And he used to spend 90 minutes kicking your bollocks off, to be honest. No other way to put it, ladies. But what a sportsman, because after the game, he was the first one to come and help you look for him. He'd say, I think you've got one over there at the Cop end. I think the other one's on the centre circle. I think I just passed it. If all footballers were like Alan Shearer, then management would be the easiest job in the world, because the great players, and he is a great player by any stretch of the imagination, the great players manage themselves and help you manage the team. It's the ones that think they're great that you struggle with. And the only thing he ever asked for was the number 9 shirt. And I had to take it off for Les Ferdinand. That was a bit scary, I've got to be honest. I said, Antonio, they say he's very volatile. Oh yeah, he's very volatile. He can play on the left side, he can play on the right side. Everybody knows he's one of the most volatile players in Colombia. This is... to shoot by the crowd, but he's gone for the chip instead. When he finished, they said, how would you like to remember Sir Alex when he retired? I said, I would like to remember him when we beat them 5-0 and Philippe Albert chipped Schmeichel in the last minute. Oh, can we watch it again? Oh. And I said he looked like that, and that's how I want to remember him. Thank you very much. What's 11? Thank you.